afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Ma'am Sinang. This afternoon, we are about to discuss to you the geography and its branches. Before anything else, we are, by the way, the Group 1.
Hi, I'm Gushismay Giagua and I am the first reporter.
Hi, I am Cheryl Adapan and I will be the second reporter of the group 1.
Hi guys, I am Orsi Clems Diarca. I am the third reporter from Group Number 1.
And finally, my name is Cyril, the last reporter.
Good luck. What country is it? It's China. China builds a new skyscraper every 5 days. What country is it? It's Italy. All 3 of Europe's active volcanoes are in Italy. What country is it? It's Germany. College is free for everyone, even for non-Germans. What country is it? It's Greece. Here it's a tradition to wear black after the death of a spouse or loved one. What country is it? It's United Arab Emirates. This country creating new world records every year. What country is it? It's Morocco. Morocco is home to the largest hot desert in the world. What country is it? It's Peru. The mysterious Nazca lines can be seen from the air over Peru. What country is it? It's Poland. The name originates from the name of the tribe Polani, which means people living in open fields. What country is it? It's Congo. The Congo River is the deepest river in the world. Its depth is 220 meters. What country is it? It's Ecuador. Ecuador is the world's largest exporter of bananas. What country is it? It's Syria. Some of Syria's roads are over 4,000 years old and are still used today. What country is it? It's Belize. Belize has more than 900 Mayan ruins. Congratulations.
Thank you for completing the game. Let us now proceed to the topic that we will learn about. So, let's start.
My Geography studies the world, its people, and its communities. This will include urbanization and settlement, asking the question of why we've settled in communities, why there is a growing trend more people moving to cities. This link with the study of populations and densely populated areas, the development of different countries, why there is a gap between higher and lower countries, the difference in quality of life to people around the world. Lastly, human geography looks in the impacts of what economics, tourism has on the well-being people, cities, and communities. Human geography emphasizes the importance of geography as a field of inquiry and will introduce you to the concept of spatial organization. Knowing the location of place, people, and events is a gateway to understand complex environmental relationships and interconnections among places and across landscapes.
The branches of human geography. We will further discuss about the first branch of the geography, which is the cultural geography. Cultural geography studies people's cultural values, practices, discursive and material expressions, and artifacts, as well as society's cultural diversity and plurality. How cultures are distributed across space, how places and identities are created, and how people make sense of places and build senses. For the second branch of the geography, which is the economic geography, a discipline of geography concerned with the effects of physical and economic factors on commodity, production, and distribution. The third branch of the geography, which is the health geography, the study of health, disease, and healthcare using geographical information, viewpoints, and methodologies. The fourth branch of geography, which is the historical geography, it is a field of geography that explores how geographical phenomena have evolved over time. It is synthesizing discipline with topics and methods in common with history, anthropology, ecology, geology, environmental studies, literary studies, and more. And the fifth branches of human geography, which is the political geography. Geopolitics is a field of geography concerned with human governments, the boundaries and subdivisions of political units such as nations or states, and the conditions of cities and the people around it.
Turns out it took all of human history, about 50,000 years, up to the year 1800 to reach the first billion inhabitants. But once we hit that mark, things started to move. The number doubled to 2 billion in just 130 years. 2 billion became 3 billion just 30 years later. It took 14 years to go from 3 billion to 4 billion, and we reached 5 billion 13 years later. You can see what's happening. 12 years later, we're at 6 billion, and another 12 years after that, we've reached 7 billion. What is surprising is that over the past 50 years, the actual growth rate has slowed, yet the size of the world's population continues to rise. So how can both things be happening? Births, which gets us back to the original question. Why is world population still rising even though the actual growth rate has slowed?
The seventh branch of human geography, which is the rural geography, the study of people, places, and landscapes in rural areas, as well as the social and economic forces that affect these geographies, is known as rural geography. The eighth branch of human geography, which is the social geography, the area of human geography concerned with the links between society and space, is known as social geography. It is most closely tied to social theory in general and sociology in particular, and deals with the relationship with people.
Good day. My name is Orsi Clemens Diaga and I am the third reporter for group number 1. And let's talk about physical geography. The vast discipline of geography is divided into two major branches: physical geography and cultural or human geography. Physical geography encompasses the geographic tradition known as the earth sciences tradition. Physical geographers look at the landscapes, surface processes, and climate of the earth. All of the activity found in the four spheres: the atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and lithosphere of our planet. Physical geography is made up of several different components: seasons, the composition of the atmosphere, atmospheric pressure and wind, storms, climatic disturbances, climate zones, microclimates, the hydrologic cycle, soils, rivers and streams, and so on and so forth. So, physical geography is the study of our planet and its systems, the ecosystems, climate, atmosphere, and hydrology. And we have the four spheres: the atmosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, and lithosphere. So first is the atmosphere. It has several layers to study, but the atmosphere as a topic under the lens of physical geography also includes research areas such as the ozone layer, the greenhouse effect, wind, jet streams, and weather. Hydrosphere encompasses everything having to do with water, from the water cycle to acid rain, groundwater, runoff, currents, tides, and oceans. The biosphere concerns living things on the planet and why they live where they do, with topics from ecosystems and biomes to food webs and the carbon and nitrogen cycles. And last but not the least, the lithosphere. It includes geological processes such as the formation of rocks, plate tectonics, earthquakes, volcanoes, soil, glaciers, and erosion. Because the Earth and its processes are so complicated, there are numerous sub-branches and even sub-sub-branches of physical geography as a research subject, depending on how the categories are split, and the branches of physical geography will be discussed by the next reporter. Thank you for listening.
We've already defined what is physical geography. Now we'll try to learn more about it by knowing its branches. The first branch of physical geography is what we call geomorphology, or it is the study of landforms, their processes, forms, and sediments at the surface of the Earth and sometimes on other planets. Study includes looking at landscape to work out how the Earth's surface processes such as air, water, and ice can mold the landscape. Landforms are produced by erosion or deposition, as rock and sediment is worn away by these Earth's surface processes and transported and deposited to different localities. Waves, currents, and tides can also influence the coastal areas in many ways and are the primary causes of coastal abrasion or erosion, and to some extent of coastal accretion. Stronger wave energy equates to a higher rate of erosion and or accretion. The tectonic configuration of the Philippine archipelago also bears a significant impact on shoreline change. The country is situated along the circum-Pacific Rim of Fire, where the process of plate convergence is actively ongoing. As a consequence, the eastern part of the archipelago from Luzon through the central Philippines down to Mindanao is regarded as the mobile belt, while Palawan and Sulu seas are considered stable regions. The second branch of physical geography is hydrology. Hydrology is the study of the distribution and movement of water both on and below the Earth's surface, as well as the impact of human activity on water availability and conditions. Due to its geographical setting, the Philippines is naturally vulnerable to hydrometeorological hazards such as tropical cyclones, flooding, droughts, and rain-induced landslides. These environmental hazards are aggravated by human activities such as deforestation and improper land use planning. The third branch of physical geography is what we call the biogeography. It is the study of geographic distribution of plants, animals, and other forms of life. It is concerned not only with habitation patterns, but also with the factors responsible for variations in distributions. In the Philippines, major threats to inland water biodiversity as well as marine and coastal environments include chemical pollution and eutrophication, fisheries operation, habitat alteration, invasion of alien species, and global climate change. The fourth branch of physical geography is what we call climatology. Climatology is the study of climate and how it changes over time. This science helps people better understand the atmospheric conditions that cause weather patterns and temperature changes over time. The Philippines has a humid equatorial climate characterized by high temperatures and heavy rainfall. Average annual rainfall is approximately 2,348 millimeters, but this varies geographically from 960 millimeters in southeast Mindanao to over 4,050 millimeters in central Luzon. There is geographical variation in the distribution of precipitation. During the month of June to September, heavy rainfall is concentrated to the west of the country, whereas between October and March, heavy rainfall is predominantly found in the country's eastern regions.